Hello dear students, I wish you are doing well. Now today in this lecture we'll discuss about the concept over here, four major concept over here. One is K equivalent, then Ka, then pKa and then pH. Okay, so this K equi it will represent an equilibrium constant. Ka it represents acid dissociation constant. pK is a measure of acid strength and pH is a potential of hydrogen. Okay, so let us start with a K equilibrium. Okay, so in the last lecture we have discussed about the dissociation of an acid in a medium, probably in water. So when we dissolve with an HCl into a water, it leads to formation of an hydronium ion and the chlorine ion. Okay, so let us revise one thing. The acid we called it as a proton donor, okay, whereas the base we call it proton acceptor. Okay, now here we have seen the HCl is being dissolved in water, that will lead to formation of a hydronium ion plus chlorine ion. So here it is an acid, HCl is an acid, and that one a strong acid. Okay, that strong acid. Okay, when dissolved in water, it lead to production of a hydronium ion and this chlorine ion. Okay, so this is a hydronium ion and the chlorine ion. Okay, so here the acid act as a proton donor, whereas the water act as a base. Okay, now there is an equilibrium. See, when a strong acid like HCl, okay, when a strong acid that is an HCl is being dissolved in water, the dissociation of the ion is completely, mean the HCl is going to be dissolved, it will form an Cl plus Cl negative plus hydrogen ion, mean they're completely dissociate. Okay, so that's why we called add as a strong acid. Now this H positive ion is going to be react within a water to form a hydronium ion. Okay, now let us take another example, that is an acetic acid, where we see when the acetic acid that is considered under as that is also an acid, but it is weak acid. Okay, this is a weak acid. When dissolved in water, it lead to formation of a hydronium ion and the acetate ion. Okay, now here we need to focus on that this is not going to be completely dissociate. Okay, the ions are not completely dissociate. So here is one thing we need to notice down. When the HCl, that is in a strong acid, when dissolved in water, the dissociation is complete. The dissociation of ion is complete, and we can say the equilibrium lies toward the right. Right mean it is, if I say this is a reactant, this is a reactant. Okay, reactant, and this is a product. Okay, this one is a product. And I consider this as a left side, this is in a left side, and this is in a right side. Okay, now as I said, the HCl is completely dissociate into the ions, and that lead to formation of a hydronium plus chlorine ion. Okay, now the thing, when the acid is completely dissociate, the equilibrium lies toward the right hand side, mean the product is favored. Product is in a favor, so that is why sometime if you observe the forward reaction is being more favorable and the representation of this line is being more lengthy than that of the smaller one. Okay, so the equilibrium lies toward the right. Similarly, if we say about the acetic acid, where the strength of an acid is, you can say it is weak acid, and the equilibrium lies toward the left. Okay, means here we can see I have also represented over the sign which is representing more lengthier than that of the above one. So we can say the equilibrium lies toward the left. Okay, so now when we have to define this equilibrium constant, we can say by taking example of, like as you have seen here, acid when dissolved in water, they lead to formation of a hydronium ion plus a negative ion. Okay, so here equilibrium constant can be defined as a product, okay, that is formed upon the reactant. Okay, so that is an equilibrium constant can be defined. The condition is like when these are in equilibrium condition. Now let us understand about the next term, that is an acid dissociation constant. So we know when we dissolve an acid in a water, it lead to formation of two species, okay, like hydronium ion here and this A negative, that is being presentation only here. So when we say is acid, okay, so the degree of dissociation of acid, if I say the acid to be dilute, mean how much is being dissociated, okay, that we are doing in mostly in case of in water, okay. For example, we are taking water as a diluent where we are adding an acid. So the degree of dissociation of acid, or a fraction of acid that is being dissociated, is determined in a water, and the water concentration can be taken as a constant. For example, if you are taking an HCl and a H2SO4 and you are dissolving in an equal volume of a water, for example 100 ml, the dissociation constant will be, you can say, the dissociation of these acid in an equal quantity of water can be vary, but here the water concentration we have taken as a constant. So the water concentration is being taken over a constant, and if you remember the equation that we've just written, that is a equilibrium constant is equal to the product and the dip upon the reactant. Now as we are saying the water is being taken in a constant, so it will be the equation, this equation can be rewrite, okay, where we have taken water to this side, and here we have an equation that remaining us like equilibrium constant, okay, with the water multiply water equal to the product upon the acid that we are going to be dilute, okay. So the term here, that K equilibrium and the water multiplication with water, that is being taken as a Ka, that is an acid dissociation constant, okay. What I said, acid dissociation constant, that means we have taken a two term over here, one is equilibrium, one the water. Mean when there is equilibrium, okay, when the equilibrium will take place, when the acid is completely dissociated, that we call strong acid, and if you say weak acid, that means it is being, say, dissociate but not properly, that maybe the, say, equilibrium should go shift toward the left side. So first the criteria we need to note it down about the equilibrium constant, okay. So when the equilibrium constant is being established, okay, in a given concentration of a water, then the next term can be defined, that is in a Ka, that we call acid dissociation constant, okay. So here we have seen the equation. Now this we call in dissociation constant. So now let us discuss a next term, that is in a pKa, which is measure the strength of an acid. That means how much strength of an acid, mean how acidic it is. Is it in a strong acid, is it in a weak acid, or it is a moderate acid, okay. So in the last topic, so right away we have discussed about the Ka, that is called acid dissociation constant. Now if we take a logarithm of that, for example pKa, that is equal to minus log Ka. So that we call another measure that is being used to measure the acid strength. For example, let us take an example of HCl. The dissociation constant, that acid dissociation constant of this HCl is 10 raised to power 7. Now when we say is about this pKa, we need to add this term, that is in a Ka 10 to 7 over here in the formula, and that ultimately leads to a result that is equal to pK is equal to minus 7. Now as I have written over here, more the negative value, more it will be the, say, acidic. For example, pKa value that will be less than 1, it will be very strong acid. pK value from 1 to 3, that is moderately strong acid. pK value 3 to 5, that is weak acid. Similarly, as you move forward, pK value 5 to 15, very weak acid. If I say pK value greater than 15, that is extremely weak acid, okay. Now let us move toward the next, that is in a pH. So pH is in a concentration of hydrogen ion. Sometimes it can be written as in a hydrogen or hydronium, because hydrogen in water solvated as H3O positive. So that's why in the earlier we also written H3O positive. So concentration of hydrogen ion or the hydronium ion in a solution, that we call in a pH. To calculate a pH, we need to use a formula that pH is equal to minus logarithm of hydrogen ion or hydronium ion. So basically whatever the concentration here, we need to check it out over here, and we says it is in a pH is equal to minus logarithm of the concentration of a proton. The value of pH, as the value of pH is decreases, the more it is the acidity. For example, we have prepared on a scale, just rough on a scale. So here the pH 7 is always a neutral pH. For example, water has a pH 7, and as the value goes down, so the acidity will be increased, and as the value from the 7 move above, that will be a basic. Okay, so we also learn the relation between the pKa and the pH in the next coming lectures. Here we need to understand to not to confuse with these two terms, that is pKa and a pH. pK is representing a tendency of a compound to lose a proton. Okay, that is called a pK, whereas a pH is representing in a scale, as we have prepared here. pH is a scale which represent the acidity and basicity of a solution. That's it. Okay, I wish you will understand this. More elaboration about this pH and pK will move in a forward lectures. So thank you so much, and I hope you like this video. If you like, please like, share and comment, and subscribe also, so that will motivate me to make more such kind of video. Thank you so much.